Hey there, Board Game Brody here with Let's Table It, where we love getting these games to the table, like Aqua, Biodiversity in the Oceans by the Op. Aqua is a tile placement game where players start with their own hotspot that builds new coral on each turn. Players are trying to attract small animals that then attract larger animals to score points. In addition, the game rewards players who also focus on the biodiversity, where you can score more points by matching certain animals together as they like being together in the ocean. Here's the game set up on the table. This is the pile of coral tiles that will slowly be added to your current formation. When placing these, one color with a side needs to touch another tile with the same color on the side that it touches. There's a market formed using the number of players in the game plus 1 for the amount of tiles available in the market at that time. Here are the 6 ecosystems. These are the suggested starting ecosystems to use in the game, but the game includes more for the advanced variant and when you get good at the game. Then each stack of small animals will randomly be matched with each ecosystem tile, and this now means that the shown small animal is native to that ecosystem that it's paired with, pairing them together to potentially score you additional points. Small animals will be placed on top of the coral tiles as you play the game. Lastly, this is the stack of large animal tiles. The tile showing the higher amount of points should be placed on top, and the value should be descending going down. These tiles are placed on top of the small animal tiles to make a third layer of tiles. There are 17 rounds total in the game, and on your turn you'll be growing your area by taking one available coral tile in the market, then creating habitats and reefs by placing it in your player area. This will attract small animals, and then you should establish some biodiversity to attract larger animals. When adding a tile to your player area, you want to match it up with similar types or colors of coral. Each coral tile has 3 different possible corals on it, and when forming a hexagon shape, this will help you to attract the small animals, while forming other bigger areas of different shapes will form reefs, which will also get you points when you are touching the other small animal tiles with it. Also, on your turn, you can decide not to take a coral tile and take the sea snail token to become the first player for the next round. You will then let all other players choose a coral tile before you, and you will be the last one to choose for that round. But every player will take one coral tile each and every round. When a habitat is made, which is making a hexagon shape of any color, you immediately place the small animal of the same color matching the coral on top of it. As you form more and more habitats that attract small animals, you will want to plan out placing them in orientations that will attract large animals. You will want to form the same shape as the large animal tile by using different colored small animals. So when planning, no same colored small animals are allowed below the same area of where you want to place the large animal. You will need to place the large animal so that it rests completely on top of all small animals. And when placing a large animal down, you will need to have placed one of those small animals on that turn. It is not mandatory to attract a large animal, and you can decide at any time when you want to do it. But if you do attract one, take the most valuable piece of the chosen shape, choose the side that you'd like to place. The side doesn't really matter, just the side that you think looks better. And now look, you scored some more points. So players will be taking turns placing down a coral tile, possibly attracting small and large animals, and a round ends when everyone has placed a coral tile down in their area. There should be one tile left, and the player with the sea snail token will reset the market. They will be adding out the coral tiles to again make the market for the number of players plus 1. After 17 rounds, you will no longer be able to refill the market due to the total tiles being placed out at the beginning of the game. Final scoring is then performed. Now you will score points for your large animals by the value shown on each of those. Add that to the small animal tiles, which show a number on each of those as well. Reefs will score points, which are groups of same colored groups with at least 4 or more coral spaces. You will find how many small animals are adjacent to that reef, and you will add up the values of those small animals to score again. Lastly, the ecosystems will score you points. There are 6 total, and they are all assigned to a small animal, and you will score points for each according to its scoring conditions. The starting ecosystems will award you points for having a specific large animal and then scoring the listed points for each small native animal with it on your player area. So for example, for each hammerhead shark or blacktop reef you will score 3 points for each clownfish because that small animal is the assigned native animal to it. This ecosystem is for each small animal, you will score 1 point for each other small adjacent animal next to it, including itself. Players will add up their points, and the player with the most will win the game. You can play the game in several ways. The family variant removes scoring for reefs and for the ecosystems, and it simplifies the game. The advanced variant adds a new ecosystems into to score differently for those, and there can be a mixture of how many or different ecosystems you add to change up the game. And lastly, the game can be played solo. The game also includes achievements, scenarios to play through, and it'll tell you what ecosystems to use, and then some added objectives to do in the game as well. There are challenges that will challenge you to increase your points or gain points in a specific way to, achieve that. And lastly, there are some suggestions for modifications if you want to see what the game does with some of the changes that you can do. And, well, that's Aqua Biodiversity in the Oceans, a game that you can play with your kids, your family, and with your game group. For me, I feel like the design does a good job with a couple things that makes the game good. First, when it's your turn, if you see a coral tile that just is the best that you could get, you will want to choose it and grab it. But if you think your options are either the same with what's available or you would be okay with having any of the tiles out there, then you might want to decide to take the sea snail token to, have first dibs next round, while still getting to take last choice on the tiles in the market to, still build your coral. It can be hard to get exactly what you're looking for, but when that tile is there, don't skip over it for the sea snail. You need to grab that perfect coral tile for your area when it comes. So there are these decisions, and if you are first, you still have the choice to forfeit it to go last by taking the sea snail in order to go first next round. And if the perfect tile appears and you grab it, then that next player will have the chance to make the same decision. Do they want to take the sea snail or grab the perfect tile? Next, the game wants you to plan a little bit because you are making those hexagons out of different colors to attract the small animals, but you also want different colored small animals to use to get to the large animals. You want to match the large animals up with some small animals if there is an ecosystem where you can also score additional points for doing that. But then around those hexagon shapes, you're trying to form those reefs as well to score points for having those small animals again. So really there's a lot out there, and with just 3 different types of tiles being placed on top of each other, there's a lot going on. And the layers also make you feel good because you are building up on those decisions. And the way scoring is done, you will score more points on the best way that you build up on those layers. Large animals giving you the most points, but those other smaller things still adding up together to give you a decent amount of points as well. You just need to plan and spend more time doing those smaller things. The art looks great. I love the organization with the box. I feel like the extra touch with the help of the organization of the game will help me get this game to the table easier. The tiles are nice and thick, and the op is building something great here. They moved into the hobby game area, so keep an eye out on what they will be doing in the future for sure. But this is a great overall game that my family will play and enjoy getting to the table. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get these games to the table. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are new and working hard to bring to you videos like this one, so you know if these games are ones that you want to get to your own table.